What's up, people? It's another edition of the New Breed Podcast, the world's best brutal, new, death, hard, slam, grind, thrash, core, metal show. I'm one half of your hosting duo, Jay Horsecow. With me, I have my partner, crime, the notorious TIM Team Manager Junior. Tim, how is it going?
Great.
So,
Feeling good.
Yeah, we're all feeling good. So, what we're doing right now, we're going to do a little bit of bonus episode for y'all. We've done a episode with Josh Ritter from Bather and Adam from Orthodox, where we talked about the three outlier albums for us, or best of 2022. We've done our best of 2022. Tim and I are going to talk about now, we're going to talk about our Last FM results. So for those of you who don't know, Last FM is an app you can put on your phone. You can create an account, which actually counts your scrobbles, is what they call it, which is your plays, and it goes across all platforms. So everybody is waving around their Spotify end of year account. Hey, here's what I listen to. This covers Spotify and YouTube Music and Bandcamp and Google and Apple Music and Tidal and everything else you use. So your results are going to be different. So what we're going to do now is Tim and I are going to do a quick bonus episode where we're going to talk about what do our reports actually say for the year. We're recording this on Saturday, December 17th. So we got 2 weeks to go in the year. But as of right now, we're going to see what our reports look like. So Tim, I'm going to throw it to you. And the first question I'm going to ask you is, in the last year, what are the top 10 artists you have?
See, I have to. So my top artist is Loser.
Really?
Yeah, my top artist is Loser. So, see, this is strange because, like, when you go to Apple Music, it's like totally different. So, like,
Yeah.
I know it does YouTube and all that shit. So it doesn't surprise me. But yeah, my top artist well, I'm sorry, that's last year though. How do I get to this year?
You go to charts, and then you go to last 365 days.
Oh, okay. Hold on 1 second. Last 365. What a surprise. My top artist is No Devotion.
What a surprise. Who's behind that, Tim?
So behind that is the Kid Chris Show, which is a podcast. But after that is Thornhill. What a surprise.
Not a surprise.
After that is Too Ugly, that with the rapper we talked about. And after that is Mushroomhead.
So what on your top 10 did we not talk about in the last episode?
Professional music.
What
Loser.
artists would show up that are kind of a surprise?
So I'm going to give you my top 10. No Devotion, a podcast we just talked about, isn't really.
Skip those. Yeah, skip your podcast and your non-music.
No Devotion, Thornhill, Too Ugly, Mushroomhead, Professional Mer Music, Loser, Motograder, Motionless in White, and Static X.
Okay, so not too different from when you did your top 10 of 2022, and there's not much of a delta there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, at least you're consistent. So my top 10 for the last 365 days: Vane, Orthodox, Boundaries, Spite, Paleface, Mood Ring, Fleshwater, Trevor Something, Vatican, and we talked about how Vatican was in your Miss or Me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And my number 10 is Origin.
It's crazy because this pretty much lines up.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
How about tracks? Let's do 10 tracks.
Ooh, okay, so tracks. So I'll go first. My top 10 tracks: Paleface, Nailed to the Tooth. My God, I fucking love that song. I wish they had a video for it. We can react to it. Vane, Welcome Home. Spite, Caved In. Vane and Killing Womb. Orthodox, Fast Asleep. Best song on the album. You guys should open with that. Austin, shout out. Adam, I'm sorry you're wrong. Versus Wyoming, Vane, Realize and Rebuild by Boundaries, which was an early single, which is probably the best song on that album. Fear and Nonfiction by Vane, and I think this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so number 9, this is where it gets new metal. Number 9 is Head PE with Bartender. And number 10 is Dirty Rotten Biscuit by Limp Bizkit. Honorable mention, 200 stab wounds with skimmed milk. That's number 11.
All right, 10 tracks here: Casanova, Thornhill, Disintegrate, Mood Ring, Please, Professional Mer Music, Silver by Bleed, Looking Glass, Darko, Holding On to Life, Drowner, Why Can't I Be With You, No Devotion, Leather Wings, Thornhill, and number 10 is Burgain by Void of Vision. So these pretty much add up, man.
Yeah, they really do. They're without even looking, they're really, really close. They're really close. So let's talk about my top 10 albums. Vain, Boundaries, Paleface, which was a near miss for me, Fleshwater, Vatican, Stargazer, Origin, Darko, Gridiron, shout out to E-Town, and Spite. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. With the one right behind Spite. The Spite had 43 Scrobbles, 42 was Bleed Abide by Body Snatcher.
Oh wow.
So that was the one where it didn't come up on my top 10 or my near misses, and yet my listening data would say otherwise.
Right. All right. Top 10 albums. Heroin, Thornhill. Too Ugly, My Day Begins When Yours Ends. No Devotion, Permanence. Moto Grader, because I listened to that so many times.
No shit.
The only reason that's in, I'm not going to count that, because the only reason that's in here is because we did the episode, and I listened to it so many times because I was like, I really wanted to kill that episode when we talked about it,
dude. And let's talk about that for a second, Tim. Those episodes that we do, those deep dives, which, by the way, shout out to Jordan Sloan. I'm going to reach out to him. We're going to do a deep dive on Slither in the new year because we have to. And we should probably try and get Josh Ritter, because he said the best Earth Crisis album is Slither. That I need his hot takes on that. This show throws off my reports.
Yeah.
Like when we did Strangeland, I listened to that album 4 or 5 times, which was all over the place, which definitely polluted some of those results, right? Because it was a compilation, so the artists were all over the place. When we deep dove on, I think it was Motivator, or there's another one we did this year, where I listened to the album a ridiculous amount of times. That throws off our reports.
Or probably Nothing Face, too.
Yes. Which, by the way, I go back to that album all the time.
Yeah, it's great.
And one of the things I was thinking about, I probably should do this off air so somebody doesn't steal the fucking idea, but fuck them if they do. You and I need to do an episode this year on the sophomore slump. How many new metal bands actually slumped with their second album? And I think
that's a fucking great idea.
And I think we're going to be surprised that there's not as many as you think that actually slumped with the second album.
Yeah, you know what? That's a great fucking that's a great idea. All right, real quick. All right, so we're not counting Motivator. So number 4 is Soul Blind, Feel It All Around. Number 5, No Oblivion by No Devotion. Number 6 is Professional Mirror Music. They're self-titled. 7, Motionless in White, with their record before, which is called Disguise. Number 8 is Ani by Darko.
Yep. Okay.
Number 9 is Stargazer by Mood Ring. And number 10 is Holding On to Life by Drowner. So, yeah, I mean, these are pretty much dead on, dude.
We should take a moment to talk about Drowner and how not only were they great to interview, but that EP is amazing.
Dude,
did you see, speaking of young bands that we've interviewed that they have amazing shit, did you see the Flashback won another award?
Oh yeah, I seen.
They won some like Oscar type award for the best heavy music or something in their area, which is fucking great.
Yeah, they're what they deserve. They're great, man.
Yeah.
What's the next thing we're doing? Yeah, how many albums do you think are in my list right here? What is your number? I want to
wait a minute. So I'll give you mine. Hold on, let me pull it up. I just have
like your all time.
So my charts. And I want charts from all time.
Yeah.
All time. How many albums? There are
artists. Go down the list. How many artists?
Artists is 896.
Oh, wow. Okay. Mine's 908.
What are your top 3 artists?
Loser. 13. Hold on. Loser, 13, and Tetrarch.
Shit. Mine are Boundaries, Limp Bizkit, and this is wild. Sleep Token.
Wow. Well, that doesn't surprise me, actually.
Not surprising. What are your top 5 albums all time?
Loser, Never Young.
Okay.
My Ticket Home, Unreal. Vexed, Calling Culture. Death Blooms, Life is Pain. and Motionless in White Disguise. Wow.
Okay. Call mine. What do you think? At least 2 of my top 5 albums are.
Oh, was 156 in there?
Yep, they are number 1 with Irrational Pull. Yep.
I knew that. Dying Fetus.
No. So number 2 is I Let It In and It Took Everything, Loathe.
Okay.
3 is Boundaries, My Body in Bloom. 4 is Boundaries, Your Receding Warmth. And 5 is, surprisingly, Turnstile with Glow On.
Wow.
Which is kind of wild. Kind of wild. All right, Tim.
My top tracks of all time is hilarious.
All right. So give me your top tracks. Top 5. Let's go top let's do your top 6.
All right. Ronin 94 Loser.
Okay.
Pump Fake Loser. Cottonmouth Loser. Paradise Black Coast. Silver by Bleed and Burnt by the Sun Bleed.
Wow. Okay. Mine top 6. Care to guess? We've done albums, we've done artists. Yep. So 156 is number 1 with Taste of Ashes.
Great song.
Number 2,
it's got to be Origin in there.
No, this is gonna blow your mind. Spineless by Low End from Milwaukee.
Wow, really?
Yes, I fucking love Low End. They kind of disappeared after the pandemic. I guess they were one of those bands that just decided not to move forward. But yeah, I was really stoked for that. Number 3 is Survived by My Boundaries. Number 4 is Blush. Number 5 is Nailed to the Tooth by Paleface. Number 6, my boy Freddie D. My Generation by Limp Bizkit.
Wow.
What other? So looking at the rest of your list, Tim, what other surprises do you have? What's in there? You're like, oh, this will surprise people.
Nothing. I mean, not now. None of this is surprising to me. Soft Kill, Black Coast, Machine Head, Bleed, Thornhill. I mean,
I've got the Thieves cover by Limp Bizkit of Ministry. I've got Watch Yourself by Enemy Mind.
That's a great song.
Paper Tiger by Dry Kill Logic. And You Got Me Fucked Up by D's Nuts.
That's a great song, though.
Yeah,
I have like Black Label in here, 36 Crazy Fists.
All right, so we have a decent smattering here. So
AFI.
I'm not going to belabor the point because I know we're going to do some stuff next. This is just a minor release video, but everybody check out Last FM. I think it's like $3 a month or like $25 a year.
Dude, it's fucking great, man. It's worth every penny.
Definitely worth the money to have that report where you go back and look at what you've done over the year, because you may have had an album that for 6 months was the greatest thing since sliced bread. Yeah. And then in the last 6 months, you've listed all these different things. It's cool for this one to go back and actually check out and say, oh, I really did dig that. That was fucking wild.
Dude, I look forward to hitting the Scrabble button, the scan button. And I'm like, I look forward to that because I'm like, oh, I listened to 300 tracks this week. It's like, God damn, dude.
That is the one app that I never force close because I always know on my phone it's always listening. Yeah. I need to put it on my tablet because I use my tablet as my jukebox while I'm sitting here at work. But yeah, people, check out Last FM. Use your reports. Much better than Spotify. We don't just listen to just Spotify. If you just listen to just Spotify, you're obviously doing something a little fucking sideways. Yeah. But check out Last FM. They're worth every cent. Check out Bandcamp. Fridays, artists get 100% of the proceeds. There's no Bandcamp cuts. So buy the shit you like. Buy the shit you listen to. Support your local artists. So until next
and not music wise. Let's go to movie wise. Fucking dude, if you're not using Plex, use Plex. Plex is the fucking greatest.
Yeah. What are you, a terrorist if you don't use Plex?
The
Jesus.
Best fucking ever. And you can get a tracker for Plex too. It's called Tracked. TRAKT. It does the same fucking thing as Last FM, but it's for movies and shows and shit. Use Plex. It's the great. You can put music on Plex.
I stream stuff through it occasionally. For me, it's more movies and TV, but Plex and the Pirate Bay make life so much better. And with that, we're going to get our show canceled. So once again, thanks for everybody tuning in. Catch us next week. Reaction vids every Friday. New episodes every Wednesday, if I don't forget, and Tim doesn't bother me. Bonus vids on Mondays. Check it out. We got some bonus shit coming up this year. You're going to enjoy it. So until next time, it's Jay and Tim saying, peace.